Hello and welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, presented by the Retail Solutions Providers Association's niche and startup ISV community. I'm Jim Roddy, President and CEO of the RSPA. We are so glad that you are here today with us. Now, if you're not familiar with the RSPA, we are North America's largest community of VARs, independent software vendors, aka ISVs, hardware vendors, service providers, and distributors in the retail, restaurant, and grocery verticals. We're a fit for any organization that's serious about growth in those markets. Now, many of our member companies, they've been with us for decades, and we also frequently add startup tech companies because we accelerate their growth and they see the massive ROI that RSPA membership offers. So if you're serious about growth in the retail IT channel, email us at membership@gorspa.org and join the crowd. In just the past 6 months, we have added a total of 100 new member companies. So the association continues to grow. All right, so before some of our software developer members spill the tea about what they're up to, RSPA has a few highlights and updates to share with you. Let me turn it over for a second to RSPA VP of Member Services, Ashley Nagy, to tell us about the RSPA Inspire Leadership Conference. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Jim. Hi, everyone. So excited to have everybody here today. Inspire 2025 is just around the corner and registration is open. That'll be held January 26th through the 29th in Curacao. And we have already over 100 member companies registered for that event. This is a great opportunity to network and engage with the top leaders across the channel. You can see more details there or reach out to us at membership@gorspa.org. We'd love to see you there. And then a big thank you to our sponsors that help make everything happen around the RSPA, whether it's face-to-face or online. Thank you to our annual platinum sponsor, BlueStar, our gold sponsors, CoCard, Epson, Heartland, and ScanSource. Our silver sponsors, Ingenico, MicroTouch, Star Micronics, Tonic POS, and Truist. And then our bronze sponsors, APG, AutoStar, CRS, DataCap Systems, Kitchen Armor, Corona POS, Newland, Optimus Systems, Order Counter, Round 2 POS, Shift4, TD SYNNEX, Toshiba, and Touch Dynamic. Again, thank you to our annual sponsors. And then specific for the niche and startup ISV community, thank you to APG, BlueStar, Ingenico, MagTech, ScanSource, Star Micronics, Toshiba, and Verifone. If you have any questions or would like to connect with any of these sponsors who help make these events happen, please reach out to us at membership@gorspa.org. Back to you, Jim.
Great, thanks, Ashley. So here's how ISV Spill the Tea will work. So we have executives, some software providers representing a variety of verticals. They're going to showcase their offerings in 90-second segments. So this gives you a chance to quickly meet potential new partners who can accelerate your growth. Now, after these ISVs introduce themselves, you can participate in an open forum roundtable discussion. It's a great chance for you to ask clarifying questions and discover new ISVs in a matter of minutes from the comfort of your own desk or chair or couch or car or wherever you are consuming ISV Spill the Tea. Also, RSPA provides a legal advisor free of charge. It's one of the many services we offer. She's asked me to say this will be an open forum information sharing discussion. Please note the views and opinions expressed during this roundtable are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Retail Solutions Providers Association. I also have to say this program is not affiliated at all with Mr. T. He is actually trademark I Pity the Fool, and he will sue people if you do use that. So want to make it clear, Spill the Tea, not affiliated with Mr. T. All right, leading us off and spilling the tea, let's welcome from Osprey, Bobby Bauer. Hey, Bobby, how are you doing today?
Good, Jim. Thank you for having me today. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Great. Tell us about Osprey, please.
Sure. So Osprey is a complete retail management solution. We handle HQ, warehouse, POS, and mobile for our customers. We serve single store operators all the way up to 100+ store chains. And the niche markets we serve are beer, wine, and liquor stores, smoke shops, pet stores, specialty grocers, and thrift stores. Our mission is to execute on our tagline of software to grow with, and we do this by listening to our customers and partners' needs and delivering cost-effective solutions to their problems. Some key features that differentiate us from others are open architecture, so we're hardware and payments agnostic. We utilize the DataCap and NCR connected payments platforms for that. We have a native gift and loyalty solution, as well as management of all fields from our HQ headquarters solution. So we sell exclusively through our reseller network and offer flexible go-to-market strategies for deployment and licensing, meaning cloud or on-premise, as well as SaaS or perpetual licensing. We're looking for new resellers and would love the opportunity to serve you and your customers. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Bobby. And folks who might recognize Bobby from BMC, a longtime reseller member in the association, so they certainly know the reseller channel. So great, thank you, Bobby. All right, next up on Spill the Tea, we welcome David Conrad from Diner Daddy. Hey, David, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate you inviting us to the Spill the Tea. And I have my tea right here, but I'll make sure that I don't spill it. Okay, so Diner Daddy. Diner Daddy is focused on restaurant, bars, quick serve, counter service. It has online ordering. It's multi-location, very feature rich. So we really compete against everybody that's out there in the space. So a few things that we are not. So we're not trying to be all things to all people. We're not an ISO. Okay, we don't sell it direct. We don't publish pricing. We're not based on Windows. We're not Apple. We're not a hybrid cloud. We're not hybrid retail restaurant. We're not a rewrite of a legacy POS system onto a new technology platform. And we're definitely not new. We've been out for about 5 years so far. Anyway, how we engage is we are sold through a partner channel. We have two programs that we offer. We have an outsource model tailored for ISO types or independent credit card sales agents, where we pretty much do the whole thing. But we also have a reseller model. And the reseller model, under that model, our resellers get a buy rate from us for software, hardware, services, and they can price that out however they want. So we bill them, they bill the end user. We do support 8 processors as well. The product, the tech stack, is what's called Google Flutter. So really, it's a relatively new, in the big scheme of things, development platform. It's very much optimized for digital, mobile, and speed. Some users of the same tech platform are TikTok, with 50 million daily users, Square, also with a lot of transactions. So it's an Android app, downloadable from the Google Play Store with a cloud backend.
Excellent.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. And
Okay.
appreciate you bringing some tea to the program today. And thanks to Diner Daddy for being part of the RSPA.
Cheers.
Excellent. Next up on ISV's Spill the Tea, we have Eric from Ready. Hey, Eric, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Hey, Jim, thank you very much. Happy Thursday, everyone. As Jim said, I'm Eric with Ready, and much thanks to the RSPA for having me on. For us at Ready, we're really focused on solving for what we call the response gap that exists in the dining journey. We came to be as a company because of an experience that I'm sure many of you have also had. Several years ago, our CTO was enjoying a dinner out with his family and young children when, at the end of the dining experience, his son decided that was the time to start a tantrum and a meltdown. 8 minutes later, after some wild arm waving and gesturing to find a server to pay the check, they were able to leave and peace was restored in the restaurant. This was really a trigger for us to find a better way, so we did. We're one of the first to launch a robust QR code pay at table solution, pre-integrated to many different point of sale systems and payment platforms. We also do full digital menu with full order capabilities. So when the guest sits down, wants to start a dining journey on their own, they can, completely tailored to what the operators want that journey to be. We all know that the journey is, though, much better with great service. So we have an all-in-one tablet and pay device that enables the servers to complement the flow by taking orders and enabling payments themselves. And we provide along the way instant feedback from guests to servers and operators through our quick notification and survey tools that are built right in. Today, we've serviced almost 30 million unique guest experiences through our platform and have hopefully prevented a lot of tantrums and meltdowns along the way. Hopefully you check us out and see more at readytopay.com. We'd love to work with y'all. Thanks again for having me.
Excellent. Thank you, Eric, and thanks for sharing that story. Appreciate you making the software and the need come to life. All right, next up we have Dirk from CleverQ. Dirk, how are you doing today?
Thank you for having me. Hey, I'm Dirk from CleverQ, and I'm excited to introduce a game-changing solution for any service-oriented businesses, for example, retail and restaurant. CleverQ is an all-in-one SaaS platform, software as a service platform, that is optimizing customer flow, reduce wait times, improve service efficiency. Customers can join virtual queues from anywhere, in store or remote, track their positions in real time, and receive alerts when they get their turn. This means shorter wait times, happier customers, and smoother operations. But CleverQ is more than just the queue management. We offer online appointment booking to reduce peak time congestions and provide better service predictably. Our powerful business intelligence tool gives real-time data and customer behavior and store occupancy, sorry for that, helping you make informed data-driven decisions. Plus, with our open API, CleverQ easily integrates with POS, CRM, and scheduling system, or a seamless experience. For RSPA members and resellers, CleverQ enhances customers' loyalty, boosts operational efficiency, and creates a smarter, safer shopping and service environment. We are focusing on resellers and looking for partners. Let's connect and explore how CleverQ can become a complementary part of your existing product offering. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Dirk. You are in the right place with if you're looking for partners inside the RSPA community. So glad you're part of our group.
Thank you.
Next, before we take a quick break, we have John from Pop Menu. John, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Jim, how are you? Thank you for having me. I know I only have 90 seconds, but really quickly, Jim, thank you, to Ashley, to your team. Pop Menu has been around for 8 years. We are new to this RSPA community, and very quickly, this team has become, I think, by far our #1 kind of partner association we work with. So guys, thank you so much, and thank you for having us here today. Like Jim said, I'm John Piccarello. I run our channel business at Pop Menu. Pop Menu is an established SaaS platform. We're 8 years old. We have over 12,000 independent restaurants using our system every single day. Close to 300 employees across the US from coast to coast, also Canada and the UK. We are very fortunate in that groups like OpenTable, Coca-Cola, Cisco, the food distributor, many point of sale platforms that you know, and a growing number of dealers who we are thoroughly enjoying getting to know, have chosen to work with Pop Menu. So what is it? Think about every restaurant that you work with. You would never recommend they not have a point of sale system to control what happens inside the four walls of the business. Pop Menu is, think of it like point of sale for outside the four walls. All the guest-facing technology a restaurant needs to be really successful today online. We have patented menu technology that will blow you away when you see it. The most performant websites a restaurant can purchase on the market today for a fraction of the cost. Amazon-like online ordering that integrates with many point-of-sale systems that you all are out selling today. And maybe most importantly, an automated remarketing system to take that guest who comes in 3 times a year to get them to come in 10 times a year. Plus, we have an AI automated phone answering system that will even answer the phone for restaurants. So why do we think you talking with us as a reseller, as a VAR, is important? Number one, all of your customers, for the most part, they're not great marketers. We think it is the biggest limiting factor to businesses like Pop Menu, to businesses like yours to grow. We can solve that problem with a brilliant AI marketing system. If you are not talking to customers today about solutions to drive revenue, to drive growth, to drive customer counts, I guarantee you folks like Toast, like Square, like Spot On, and many others are having those conversations. If you're not, you're at a competitive disadvantage. We can solve that for you overnight. Plus, we have a very attractive financial model that we've received great feedback on to date. You have my number. That is my personal number. Send me a text. Give me a call. We would love to meet with you and show you what Pop Menu is all about. I guarantee you will walk away, at the very least, extremely curious and most likely excited to work with us. So I look forward to speaking with you. Jim, I appreciate the time, and back to you.
Great. Thank you, John. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the kind words about the RSPA. And along those lines, to expand on what John was mentioning, so we're about halfway through our featured ISV presentations. We want to take a moment to mention what we call RSPA white glove service. So you can see on the left-hand side, RSPA has developed over the years a long list of member benefits, but you don't have to figure out on your own which are going to be the most helpful for your business. So we offer RSPA white glove service. It's provided to you by the RSPA member services team of Peggy Fry, Nicole Green, and Ashley Nagy. An asterisk by Nicole, she is out on maternity leave right now, celebrating the birth of her first baby, but our team will help you navigate these services. They'll also make warm introductions on your behalf to fellow members, including the ISVs featured today on ISV Spill the Tea. So for RSP White Glove Service, call Peggy, Nicole, or Ashley, or email them at membership@gorspa.org. We are here to help, and we are happy to help. All right, let's get back to spilling some tea. Next up, we have Sunfire POS and Joan Winnington. Hey, Joan, how are you today?
I'm doing fine and dandy. How are you?
Wonderful. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I echo what John said about the RSPA. You guys have been a great partner for us, and you've done a lot for our brand, and you guys are all fun to work with. So we do appreciate your organization. So Sunfire POS is a all-in-one business management retail solution. We originally launched it for the CBD vape market, and then we rebranded it to be a full-scale retail POS system. It is processor agnostic, and it can be white labeled. So if an ISO wants to resell it, which we do have several who are reselling it, we can brand their dashboard to make it look like it's their system. We also do all the demos for the merchants. So if an ISO has a merchant that's interested, we'll step up and do the demo for them. We also do all the paperwork. We offer the assistance to the merchants to do their onboarding. So if they have their data from an existing POS system and they need help getting it into our system, we work hands-on with them to get that done. We also provide outstanding customer service. If a ticket comes in, it's answered within a couple minutes. We have nights and weekends service, and it's all domestic. So our team, we rotate our team, and they help out the merchants on off hours. We also are excited because we have an e-commerce and an events module. So if a merchant has an online presence, they can tie their website into our POS, and anything that's processed on the website is updating the inventory at the store level. And same thing with the event POS. They can take the event POS off-site to events, and everything that they're selling off-site is updating back at the main store. So there's no having to go back and do manual updates. We own the software. It is fully cloud-based, and because we own it, when merchants ask for specific needs or features, we take that into consideration. In most cases, we will do the customization at no cost if it's going to better the overall POS. If it's a specific customization, we do offer that as well at a nominal cost to the merchant. We also have the ID verification, scan data, gift cards, loyalty is built into the system. We have robust reporting, and it also can do cash discounting, which many POS out there cannot do. So if you're interested in learning more, just go to sunfirepos.com and reach out to us.
Great, thank you, Joan. Appreciate that information. AI is something that everybody's talking about, and I guarantee Steph from Ultron AI will be talking about that as well. Hey, Steph, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thank you, Jim. Great to be here. And I guess I'll start really quick. With 90 seconds is not a lot of time. I'll start a little bit where I started with retail, and that was at when I was 12. I was a stock boy for my dad's little local grocery store, and I will tie this in, I promise. And I watched him at the back of the store one day, just standing there looking, and I thought to myself, you know, Dad, we're busy. We all have stuff to do. Why are you just standing there? And I went up to him, and I was 12, and asked him why he was standing there. And he said, it's very important for once in a while to look and observe and have eyes on the store so you can learn what's going on, where your customer's doing, what's going on at the checkout, what's happening at the shelves, what's happening with, you know, restocking, where there's demand, where there isn't any demand. And you can't do that unless you stop and watch. So you have to kind of do that once in a while. I don't have much time to do it, but I like to do it as often as I can. Fast forward 3 decades later, and I find myself at Altron AI, which is a computer vision software company that helps retailers, retail solution providers, and systems integrators to build solutions that allow retailers to have eyes on their store, much like my dad was doing, but now have a computer do it. And this is to help deal with problems like shrink or optimize operations, and being able to deliver this high performance, cost effective AI computer vision software is sort of where we stand apart. And be able to do that be able to deliver that so that it works accurately in the real world store environments, which are very challenging because of lighting and all of the other things that make computer vision difficult. So we've been doing this. The research behind our software has been 2 decades now, with 50+ patents that Altron AI has. So it's mature. The platform is purpose-built for speed and accuracy for retail only. So we're focused exclusively on retail, and we can track things like products or carts or people, as I said earlier, in challenging store conditions. And we can deal with thousands of stores in terms of scaling, and hundreds of thousands of SKUs, all into one computer vision model. And so I heard the noise, so I'll make it really quick. The final point is that you know, with retail, of course, costs matter, and we are able to deliver computer vision to retailers, minimizing both the deployment cost and the ongoing operational cost. Thank you so very much. Back to you, Jim.
Great, thank you, Steph. Appreciate you joining us today. Thanks for sharing. Love that story you shared at the outset as well. Next up, we have Shane from Food Hub. Shane, welcome to RSPA ISV's Spill the Tea.
Thanks, Jim. Glad to be here, and excited to be a new member. Food Hub started in the UK back in 2008. If you've heard of them in the past, you might know them as a marketplace, primarily competing with Deliveroo, Just Eat, and Uber Eats. We have about 40,000 restaurant partners on the platform. We process over 6 million transactions per month, and we have about 1,000 employees worldwide. So we're well established, and we have a good solid base back in the UK. We are launching in North America. My role is channel sales manager for North America, Canada, USA, Mexico. Essentially, we developed all of our own technology over the course of the years, specifically for restaurants. And we are bringing our technology to North America, not in the form of a marketplace, but our technology. We basically want to touch a transaction some kind of way, and we're doing that through being more of a stealthy tech partner behind the scenes, sharing everything that we've built and developed over the years that works back home with other tech companies here in North America. We are, kind of live behind the scenes of several larger companies here in the US, and we provide solutions for them in a white label manner. Everything's a la carte. You can take what we have, individualize it, make it yours, and plug it into your own tech stack. We also work with resellers to basically get any tech solutions out to restaurants. If you have restaurant relationships, we have solutions that you can implement. For example, we have first-party online ordering, mobile apps, self-ordering kiosk, delivery management, third-party order aggregation. We have our own point of sale, but we play nicely with other point of sale systems. So you don't have to use all of our things. You take the piece that you want, and you can plug it in to restaurants' existing tech stack. We'd love to work with you. foodhubforbusiness.com/USA. Hit the button at the top to become a reseller.
Excellent. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate you sharing that. Next up, we have Gaetan from CNC POS. Gaetan, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea. And yeah, welcome. Good to see you today.
Hi, I'm Gaetan from CNCPOS.com. We start in 2000. We are about 25 years in business. It's a father and daughter team, and we are looking for a reseller. So the way we work with high profit margin, you just pay CNCPOS $20 per month. And let's say an example, you can resell at the price you want. So if you sell a restaurant example with 3 stations, you can charge $75 per month per station, so a total of $225. You just pay $20 to CNCPOS, and you keep $205 per month for you. So it's a margin profit of 91% profit. Our software is very flexible. It fits on grocery store, hospitality, restaurant, clothing store, garage, spa, any retail store actually. And we are not just a generic software like others. We are a complete software for each niche. Like example, grocery store, we have future price, promotion, label design for shelf label and promotion, and live inventory, automatic ordering and all that stuff. For restaurant, we have table floor, reservation, employee schedule, time clock, and so on. And so every niche has all the features. E-commerce also for all the niche, with also Android, could be mobile, on the web or on the desktop. And what else? So it's about it. We're looking for new resellers, and we protect your territory, and we can help you with the learning curve.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that, and glad to have you as part of the RSPA community.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next up on ISV Spill the Tea, we have Brian from Infinicept. Brian, welcome to RSPA ISV's Spill the Tea. For your video, we're not seeing your image right now. I don't know if there's another button you want to click, or?
I've turned it off and on a couple of times. I apologize for that. It worked during testing, but I guess I'm going to have to go video-less today. I apologize, everybody.
All right, no worries at all. No, we'll let you lead us off and tell us a little bit about Infinicept.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. I'm Brian DeLeon with Infinicept, where we help technology parties deliver an embedded payments experience into their workflows. You might be an ISV, or perhaps you're a VAR and you've built out a servicing platform for IT support. If you're interested in taking a bite out of the payments pie, we can help you embed payments into your workflow. We have a robust, proven platform that does over 15 billion in annualized transactions, yet we're white glove. We hold your hand. With our new LaunchPay service, there's no upfront investment. You get a white labeled payments offering that's yours with your branding. You get to control the customer experience. We help you solve the payments needs of your customers, whether it's in person or e-commerce.
Oh,
you're the face
Brian,
of the payment.
I think we lost your audio.
Oh,
nope, never mind.
Am I back?
Oh, yeah, you are. Sorry about that.
Sorry, hotel traveling here at a conference. Apologize, everybody. But yeah, it's your white labeled payments offering. So you're supporting it, you're selling it, and that means you get the majority of the revenue. We've had a lot of success, particularly in the restaurant space with large POS providers. We just underwrote and boarded a well-known national quick service restaurant with 400 locations for one of our partners. So thanks again, Jim, and the RSPA community for the opportunity to participate today.
Great, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you sharing that with us today. All right, so as we transition to the Q&A portion of today's program, we want to remind you about RSPA Inspire, again, the Retail IT Channel's premier leadership conference. You can see the URL on the screen, gorspa.org/inspire. Visit that to learn all about it, and then you'll want to register pretty soon. We have limited seating on the excursions, and then we're also anticipating a pretty big crowd. So you want to make sure you sign up, get on the excursions, reserve your hotel room at the resort. A great event for folks to attend. So, all right, we have asked all of our featured guests to turn on their video cameras so the audience will know who's answering questions. If you do have a question, feel free to use the question or chat function that you see on your screen. And so what we'll do is we're happy to start anywhere that the audience would like us to. So again, share a question, pose an idea, make a comment, share a thought based on anything that you've heard today. And then we will call on you, and if you're able to get unmuted, we will do that. So, all right, First question, happy to see if you guys can raise your hand, whoever wants to answer this question. So can you tell us about one of your top niche markets and where it's heading in 2025, right? We are recording this at the end of October 2024. Folks want to see what's around the corner. So if anybody, whoever wants to talk, lead us off talking about one of your niche markets and what are some of the nuances our audience should know and where's it heading in 2025. Who would want to take that first?
Hi, this is Joan from Sunfire POS. We originally built our POS for the CBD vape industry, and that's where we see the industry heading. There's a lot of CBD stores popping up. There's a lot of online presence with the CBD, a lot of vape stores, smoke shops, convenience shops are now all selling those products. So I think that that's a market that's up and coming, and it's being more and more, like in Delaware, that's where I am. We just became a recreational cannabis state. So I believe that that's a heavy market that's going to continue to grow.
Great, and just to clarify, like CBD vape, is it all tied in with cannabis or separate, just so our audience understands?
They're two separate entities. I mean, CBD's one, vape's one, and then cannabis, but they're all somehow interconnected because it seems like when the stores are selling them, they're selling one or more of those types of products.
Got it. So they're not the same market, but if you're drawing a Venn diagram, there's a lot of overlap among them. Great.
Yep.
Thank you, Joan. I saw John Picciarello raise his hand. John, if you want to go next.
Yeah, Jim, thank you. So we work exclusively in the independent restaurant space, think 1 to 50 locations. And what's happened, you know, pre-COVID, a general manager or an owner of a restaurant had no idea what an API was. Today, everybody wants to know if you've got an API that connects to this, that, or the other. They've become very tech savvy, but what's happened through COVID and after is they now have a number of different tools. We walk into a single location restaurant, they've got literally 8 to 12 technology platforms that are all doing different things, and none of them talk to each other. And when you break down the expense, it is enormous. So we see two key things happening. One is cost consolidation. Find a simpler, more efficient way to do better work. That's number one. The second thing is restaurants have pulled on every lever they know how to pull on to drive revenue. The cost basis for that business has reset at a new level now, and they're looking for new solutions for revenue. The answer is in consistent marketing, which no restaurant does. Luckily, with AI today, you can do that. So we see more restaurants turning to marketing automation, turning to actually using all the customer data they have, because they typically do a pretty poor job of doing that, using all of that data to actually do one-to-one automated marketing communication. Again, so I can consistently be in front of the customer to drive both in-store and online. I think those are the two big trends that we've seen started earlier this year, and I think we'll just continue to accelerate. The hardest year in restaurant operations for most people we talk to has been 2024, harder than COVID. That is likely to continue. They need to find a way to do more with less. There's a number of platforms, including PopMenu, that do that really well.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, and there's a lot of the struggles that restaurateurs have can be solved with technology. So our community is well positioned for that. So thank you, John. Shane, I saw you raise your hand. If you want to go next, what market can you give us some insight into?
Well, I'd like to expand on the thought that John had about the AI marketing. I would agree with him that, you know, the independent restaurants, they got into the restaurant business because someone told them that they can make a good lasagna, right? Or they have a great dish, right? So they cash out their 401k, they start a restaurant, but then they don't know how to actually grow the business, and that's where they kind of struggle, right? And so what we see is the shift away from the third-party delivery services, right? The orders that come in on Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, right? What needs to happen, what we're seeing happen is first-party online ordering. The restaurants have their website, then they have buttons that say order from Uber, DoorDash, Grubhub, right? And they do. But then they get the order, but they lose the customer data, right? So they don't know who that customer was. They went through all the trouble and effort to get that customer to their website through social media, through whatever marketing the channels that they were using. They got the customer, then they just gave it away, and they paid a commission on top of it, right? So first-party ordering is where the future is headed, right? They need to have a solid website that they can capture their own orders, get that customer data. The other way that they get that customer data is from self-ordering kiosk, right? Create these ways that you can capture the customer data and then funnel it into programs like John has for AI marketing. Food Hub has marketing tools as well. Like you mentioned, loads of people have the marketing tools, but once they get that customer data, they can use it to drive more first-party order growth and cut back on those commissions that they're paying to the third parties.
Interesting. Thanks for adding on to that. We'll have a couple more folks weigh in. David, you go next. Then we have a few questions from our audience we want to dive into as well. David, what market do you want to give us some insights into?
Yeah, just some observations in the restaurant space, especially at the lower end merchant level. I think what we're seeing is that software is kind of becoming an all things to all people development platform. So I think people want to sell software on the basis of, hey, it'll do everything that you want. You'll never be trapped. But the problem is that backfires because it's often too complex for a small merchant. So when we compete, against some of our competitors, Toast, for example, the comments that we get from people that coming off a Toast demo is that it's overkill for them, that it's too much, and that they want something more simple. So I think the long term, you're going to see more simplified, laser focused on a particular niche software. And I think that ISVs that develop with the be all things to all people thing is coming to an end, along with the Windows platform.
Got it. Interesting. Thank you, David. Steph, if you can provide the final word on this segment, and then we'll get to some attendee questions.
Sure,
what market do you want to give insight into?
I want to talk about the retail stores, and in particular, sort of what I think is coming around the corner with the self-checkout systems and checkout systems in stores. I think we can see this year there's been a lot of retail chains that have pulled self-checkout systems back because shrink has been out of control, and also customers are just fed up with the whole checkout process. It's been very frustrated for shoppers, and it's very frustrated for the store owners. So I think there's going to be the next wave of these checkout systems are going to come out. We don't make them, we don't sell them, right? So that's not we supply technology for them. So that's sort of what my bias is. But I do think that we're going to see an evolution and an improvement in these new systems that are hopefully going to make it easier for the shoppers and more effective and safer for the retailers. So I'm excited about the next generation of this technology having a positive impact.
Excellent. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate you weighing in on that one. Brian, I see your camera's working again. Awesome. Good. And I think this next question might be for you. Chris, if we can unmute Greg Berger with Ingenico. Craig, you have a question that I believe is payments related. You able to share that with us, Greg?
Yeah, no, I represent the ISV solution ecosystem here at Ingenico, and I was just curious to the ISV partners that are on the call today. And again, thanks for sharing your stories. What is kind of the most critical aspect about integrating with a hardware partner or even a gateway partner when it comes to, how you operate your point of sale business?
Brian, you want to take that first? I figure this might be in your strike zone.
Yeah, Brian and I have spoken in the past.
Yeah, I think he's actually asking the other, but I'll just add on there. I mean, what I've seen, and then we'll let the folks speak for themselves. For the folks that I've spoken to, probably prioritization is like the number one thing. It's how important is this aspect compared to the other things that you're working on, right? Payments isn't always the first thing on your mind until you have enough education to understand exactly just how much revenue it means to your business goals. So that just really simple prioritization. I'll pass it over to anybody else that wants to answer now.
Great, thank you, Brian. David, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I think as far as integrations to credit card platforms, I think platforms that want to charge an ISV a per transaction fee, I think that model is dying. And I think there's going to be more of an emergence of a flat, low fee type model.
Got it. Thanks for weighing in, David. Anybody else want to weigh in on that question? All right, we've got one more question here. Sean Novak has a question about for those in CBD or high risk. So I think, Joan, this might be for you. Sean, are you able to unmute your microphone and pose your question to our panel? Or maybe he's not able to unmute himself. So
sorry about that. Took me a second to find the mute button.
Not a problem. Welcome,
So,
Sean. If you can share, folks, what organization are you with, and then ask your question, please.
yeah, of course. With Rapid Point of Sale, we have a number of clients who are interested in moving over to Android and mobile POS platforms. The catch-22 there is they have to take card payment, and even as an example, a fireworks business, Google will not allow fireworks market on the Android platform. We can connect a payment processor via Android, but the moment that you're fireworks, you violate the Google terms of service. I didn't know if there's a clause there or some way around that our merchants are just not able to move to Android because Google says they don't want them.
Interesting dilemma. Can anybody help with that? David, got your hand up again.
What aspect of Google are you speaking to?
Just trying to connect to any processor or payment gateway today. We're looking for any processing or payment gateway, POS software, any method to take credit card on Android in a high risk environment that Google otherwise says, nope, you're not allowed to do this.
Well, I mean, we do high risk. We have restaurants that have CBD infused, and we're totally and entirely Google, and we've never had a problem with any processor. So I don't know if you want to talk offline or something.
Yeah, I might reach out to you. My understanding, it's not a processor limitation, but Google's terms of service explicitly state that those should not be on their platform. And while my merchant didn't try to Android itself,
Google Play. You're talking about Google Play.
If it's a Google-based Android OS, it explicitly states that cannot sell or process credit card transactions via Google services, and that includes, not just through Google being the processor, but any gateway, any software connector. If it leverages the NFC API, they say they won't take that. You can't do it. I don't know that there's anybody reporting to them or anything like that either. I think this is all just legal stuff, but my client being in the high risk environment does not want to tempt Google's legal terms.
Yeah, seems unusual.
Interesting. Gaetan has his hand up. Gaetan, you want to weigh in on this? You're muted, Gaetan.
Sorry.
No worries. No worries.
We also have a developing company, and we build a specific program or software application for credit card and stuff like that. And like we're working with the packs and all different model. And I think we can we should have a solution for you with Android. If you want to contact us, we can probably solve your problem.
All right. Well, thank you all.
Great. Thank you, Sean, for weighing in. And again, just a reminder, if for Sean and for anybody else, if you didn't capture everybody's information the first time through, you can wait for this to come out on the RSPA YouTube channel so you can catch up again, or the magic email you see on your screen there, membership@gorspa.org. Our member services team is more than happy to help make connections for you with any ISV on this call or any of our nearly 200 ISV members. So, hey, we've only got a couple minutes left. I want to get back. I know a couple folks didn't have the opportunity to weigh in on niche vertical markets. And so I didn't know if Bobby or Eric or Dirk or Gaetan wanted to weigh in on what they're seeing in some of their niche verticals. So, yeah, go ahead, Dirk.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think definitely there's a big trend in the retail market for AI, and this is why we are focusing a lot on artificial intelligence. Collecting data is not enough, so we have to provide forecasted information for these retailers. And also, we see us as a complementary solution for many of the RSPA members listening to all of you guys, because we are leveraging data from knowing how many customers are in the store or in the restaurants, if they queue up or not. We can inform you guys so that the team and the staff of the restaurant or retail shop are informed and they can take actions out of all this. So I think there's a big trend to use the data via AI, and especially because they have a lot of, let's say, new staff members and changing staff members in the stores. So we have to be more intelligent in providing the data, not just collecting the data. That's definitely a niche where I can see we can play a good partner to many of you guys here.
Interesting, yeah, because data applied is just data, right? It's just like a library book sitting on a shelf that nobody reads. So
exactly, yeah.
Great, thank you, Dirk. Anybody else want to weigh in a trend that they're seeing in their niche market now in 2025? Bobby Bauer.
Sure. Sort of piggybacking off of Dirk and the use of AI to provide different results for people, as we're seeing OCR solutions showing up all over the place. So you take a picture of a vendor invoice in this retail or hospitality environment, converts it to a digital format, and then exports a file that can be imported into the POS system to automatically update item costs, case pack information, other various vendor informations, and automate that portion of the process that people are spending a lot of time on today. It is something that's starting to show up all over the place. So.
Got it. And Bobby, do you see that? Like, is that integrated with POS solutions, or is that an add-on, or how do merchants come across that?
Yeah, some of it's integrated, and most of it, there's various third-party applications that POS partners or ISVs are integrating to. Yep.
Great. Thank you. And that's the thing somebody alluded to earlier. There's a real element inside the RSPA that we see. The fact that we're bringing it together, like I said, I have almost 200 ISV members. It's not just them working individually with resellers. It's them working with each other to bundle all these solutions together, and they could really help the reseller go to market with something that the big box VC-backed 800 number companies are not able to do. So Shane, I saw you raise your hand. What market do you want to talk about?
Yeah, one thing that we're seeing is with credit card providers and payment processors. There are some point of sale systems in the restaurant space that really kind of lock down that ecosystem, where the restaurants just can't get away from the payments that are coming with the POS, whether that's online or in store. And so payment providers have a hard time selling into restaurants, depending on which point of sales these restaurants might be locked in with. So we're in a unique position where, although we have our own point of sale system, we also integrate with all the big point of sale companies. And so we're able to provide two ways for payment people to get into the restaurant space now. One of them I mentioned earlier is through online ordering, right? We can build websites on the restaurant's behalf, on behalf of the ISV or the payment provider. With online ordering, we can attach their payments and get those orders directly into the restaurant's existing point of sale, so they don't have to change anything. The other part is on the kiosk side of things. For self-ordering inside the restaurant, we can attach their payment processor onto the side of the kiosk, integrate that into our kiosk software, and those orders will get placed on the kiosk and injected right into the restaurant's existing point of sale. You can offer those restaurants, in most cases, lower processing rates, and now you're able to take processing from 2 out of the 3 ways, online, in store, and they can keep their in-person transactions. But we offer a pretty good way for them to crack into some of those restaurants that are locked into that ecosystem.
Interesting. Thank you, Shane. Brian, we'll give you the final word before we wrap up this episode of ISV Spill the Tea.
Sure. I'll second the notion that Shane just brought up. I think the key is flexibility. We have a lot of organizations that they need to rapidly evolve with technology as new features are coming out. We're getting a lot of calls for tap to glass, and everyone's trying to figure out what that pointing for their existing technology, and perhaps their payments provider or their feature enabler doesn't have it fast enough on their roadmap, and so they need to have a more flexible system, and they just feel kind of captive where they're at. So yeah, that's a big one. Happens in our area.
Interesting. Great. Thank you, Brian. Thanks to our 10 ISV presenters today. And thanks to our annual sponsors, again, for making today's episode possible. And then especially thank you to our niche and startup ISV community sponsors. They're the ones who sponsor and allow us to have niche and startup ISV community meetings where ISVs like this get together, talk about how to grow, how to partner, how to move their business forward, which is what the RSPA is all about, helping folks accelerate their success. And last but not least, thanks so much to you for listening and joining us today. We hope to see you on the next episode of ISV Spill the Tea. And then we hope to see you at RSPA Inspire, again, January 26th through 29th in beautiful Curacao. You're going to love this session. If you liked how we did a deep dive today, talking about a lot of topics and seeing what's around the corner for 2025, you're going to get that to an incredible degree at RSPA Inspire. Well, thanks everybody. We really appreciate you joining us today. Have a tremendous rest of your day.